Sean, welcome. Dustin Johnson is in the field this week. He is on an incredible roll this season. 9 events, over $6 million in earnings. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and everybody knows when you look at his results, it's win, 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 top 10, top 10, top 10. We know he's had an incredible year. But one of the really fun ways of kind of looking at how elite of a season DJ's had is to look at the potential that he could have won and how much he's won compared to that potential. The PGA Tour makes this stat, it's called percentage of potential money earned. DJ right now is halfway to an elite season. You look at the guys that have had 40% or higher. This is the number that they've won compared to what they could have won. Only 7 guys have ever done it. Actually, 2 guys. It's happened 7 times. 6 times by Tiger Woods, once by Tom Watson. Right now, DJ's en route to getting to a higher than 40% over the season. It's an elite number. If you get like 30, 31, 32, you're going to be player of the year. So DJ is peaking. He's done it basically from start to finish all season long. It's kind of a insider golfy type of stat, but it compares Tiger to DJ, which is something that's really hard to do when you look at Tiger at his peak and DJ at his peak. It's hard to compare these guys because they didn't actually play together at the same time, but this stat is one of the ways that we can do it.
He's a big-time purse hog is basically what
you're saying. He's taking all the money.
Well, this big money talk is actually the perfect segue into our social media question of the week. At the beginning of the show, we asked, are today's monster purses demotivating players from fulfilling their potential? Here's what you had to say. Schmug says, hell no, greed drives all. Okay, I like that take. Will Bardwell says, you'll probably get accused of being hot take-ish with this, but Jason Day has admitted that this was true for him for several years. We like hot takes on this show, Sean, so that's all right. Zachary says, no, I think the bigger purses drives guys to do better since lower scores equals more money won on Sunday. All right, so we've got some different opinions out there, Sean. We've seen what social media has to say about this topic. What say you, our number cruncher?
I think the big purses drive them to continue playing, to play different events, to play over in Korea, over in the Asian swing during the fall. Play everywhere you can play. The guys that they're going to see a big purse maybe 1 week in Florida, the next week in Texas. They're fitting it into their schedule. It makes it a year-round schedule for these guys. We don't have Dustin Johnson taking off 4 weeks between events. Anything that's keeping them playing is probably a good thing for golf, don't you think?
Well, and can you really blame a guy, I guess, right? I mean, if they're going to make $300,000 by parring out on the last 3 holes instead of maybe going for that extra 150 and risking a bogey or a double bogey,
well, what
can we say?
We saw with Ian Poulter this weekend. He was criticized for maybe not playing as aggressive as he could have. But if you think about it, he's playing for money. He's playing for season-long earnings and to be on the top earnings list, the FedEx Cup list. If he plays really aggressive, maybe hits a ball into the water on 17 or 18, he loses $300,000 with that shot. So it's a money game, but money talks, right?
I think it's certainly true, though, that you might not see guys as hungry as maybe they were 2, even 3 decades ago, because, as we've said, you can make a pretty darn good living just being in the top 50 week in and week out.
And look what Siwoo Kim did. He had to pull out this week, but he won nearly $2 million last week. The higher purses are good for these guys because, obviously, like I said, it keeps them playing, but if it does pay off, if they do win, then they can kind of take a step back.